Okay, it is approximately 3:30, January 30th. We'll call the Oconee County Aeronautics Commission to order. First item is approval of last meeting's minutes. All of you have a copy of that. If there's no changes to be made or any discussion, a motion to approve as written.
Motion to approve.
Have a motion. Is there a second?
Second.
A second. Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
We accept those as written. I do want to introduce two members. District 2, Mr. Brian Duncan is with us, and District 5, Mr. Casey Whittington is with us. So welcome to the commission. Appreciate you folks participating, serving on the commission. We have with us today Mr. James Corley, who is the Coley, my mistake, who is the Director of Planning and Zoning for the county. Quite often, questions come up about how do we prevent, or how do we keep up with what is being built around the airport and with the zoning around the airport within a certain distance. And the FAA has some guidelines out there, but in fact it comes down to Mr. Coley at the county level that manages that. And so he has agreed to come over and talk with us a bit about planning and then specifically how he looks at aviation matters. So, James?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to stand over here because we're going to use the computer and I'm going to show you some things, and the mouse won't quite reach all the way. But please interrupt me while we're talking. This is for y'all, so ask questions as you go. We don't want anybody to get lost. And basically, we're going to start at the very beginning about how you can find out about the airport zones and permitting. So from the county website, all of our maps are available online. If you go under departments, we're going to go to GIS where all of our internal maps are. And then under that useful links, the very first link will take you to all of our interactive maps. And under zoning, and under the layers, so we have the airport zones already as a layer. And once that comes on, it'll pop up. And everything within these circles is considered within the airport zone. So as you get closer and start looking at individual parcels, we have linked all of this back to the Clue tool. So this is the state's website. Again, we'll agree to go through here. There we go. And we can go as well and see the same airport overlay on both maps. Have any of y'all used this website before, the Clue website? So this is really a great resource. It has all the information about using the website at the very top here. Sorry, I've lost my little pointer.
Just hit separator. There we go.
Okay. So there's a user guide at the very top, and then the different restrictions. But the really great part about this tool is being able to specifically select a point, enter, we want to have max height on there as well. and then start analysis. Oh, can you put, like 65 right there? And let's put 0 for the ground. And get an actual report on every location within any of these zones. So this will go through, and this helps people locate the airport, but anybody, anywhere can get onto the Coney County website and to our zoning maps, so they can see the airport. Once they get into the clue tool, it's no longer restricted to just Coney County. So if you're in Clemson and you're looking at property development, when you get on this tool, it's also going to include the area around the airport outside in Pickens County. So we'll click on it, this is ready. It's gonna give us the basic information. So we said we were gonna build something that's 65 feet tall, which is way taller than we would probably build a single family house. But it's gonna look at the total ground elevation, and it's in MLS. But basically, the structural analysis is gonna come out that this is compatible, which is great. It's also gonna give us the opportunity to go through some questions that would be a concern for planning. So, y'all can read some of these, but we just wanna go yes. So, probably need to talk to somebody about that. And every step of the way, it's gonna tell us, okay. And then it's gonna give us a much more in-depth report at the very end. It's gonna give a map. It's gonna tell you what zone you're in. And once we're done with it, we can go all the way back. And you can start over again if you wanted to. But I just kind of wanted to real briefly walk you guys through what we use, get into the clue tool, and then be available for any questions you guys have now or in the future. So if anybody thinks of something later, you're welcome to call, email our office. We're happy to take in those questions. You can talk to Jeff and he can send us whatever. But this is what we're here for, and here to help you guys any way we can.
And add to that, what he does and the state does, as well as the FAA, there's a Form 7460, which we're moving some power lines, something that's in the vicinity of the airport. It's not even really on our property. But you fill that 7460 out, submit it to the FAA, and then they as well review it, just like what we're talking about here. So there's a lot of protection for people who want to build things and could be building it, and then they get somewhere through it and they're like, you can't do that. So it's very, very important, especially for the airport.
So would it be reasonable to say then that if any of us get an inquiry about building something out away from the airport, it would make sense to direct them directly to James if it's something
Yes.
that we know it's nowhere near the airport, but if it's close,
I mean, we're
I think
looking
it
at
would make
basically 3 nautical miles.
yeah,
So, I mean, even if you don't think it's that close, you can see how large that
sure.
oval is. There's a lot of places where you wouldn't expect that you have to worry about the airport, but we still want to worry about the airport.
Yes. But it would make sense that if it's close in, people are going to be coming perhaps to the airport or calling, and we're going to end up with Jeff anyway, which is a great place, I think, to start if they're close in and we know they're close in. And then we can get everyone else that needs to be involved. Anyone have any other questions about that? Do appreciate you taking time to come.
Absolutely.
Come show us that.
Yeah.
I know it's not something that pops up every day, but we've had a few over the last year or two that brought some attention. So good. All right, well, thank you. The next agenda item that we have is the election of officers. We need to elect a chairman, a vice chairman, and a secretary. So we'll open the floor for nominations for chairman. Is there a nomination for
I'd like to
chairman?
nominate Dan Sudduth to continue in that position.
All right. Are there any other nominations? I will make the motion that we close the nominations and elect the nominee by acclamation. If there's a second. Second to that?
I'll second that.
All right. Any discussion? All approved? Aye.
Aye.
Chairman, all right. We need nominations for vice chair.
I'll go ahead and nominate Mr. Al.
All right. A second?
I'll second.
Have a second? Are there any other nominations? If not, I will propose again that the nominations be closed and the nominee be elected by acclamation. If there is a second.
Second.
A second? Have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, I have spoken with Martin about secretary and have convinced, or he has graciously agreed to do that. And so I will nominate Martin
I second that.
Armfield with the stipulation that we elect him by acclamation if there is a second.
Second.
A second? Any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. The officers are elected for the calendar year of 2025. The next agenda item is the meeting dates, the ones that we had proposed are in your handout there, but they are on the last Thursday of the month. We're going to continue to meet quarterly until we have a reason to move back to monthly. And so those proposed dates now are April 24th, July 31, and October 30. Does anyone have any problem with those dates? Okay, and if not, we'll move forward with those being our dates. And they, if they need to be changed, we certainly can do that. Are there any comments about anything from any of the commission members?
To confirm those dates, I have April 24th, July 31st, and October 30th. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have no reason to go into executive session. I do appreciate all of your participation and help. I think we do need to continue on and keep our commission alive and functional. And so we'll progress on through the year that way. If I have a motion for adjournment.
A motion we adjourn.
I second that.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Motion is adjourned. Thank you. Council is adjourned.